Okay, so, ich glaube, ich bin online. Paar Minuten zu spät, aber ich habe einfach nur schnell auf Let's Go gedrückt und die ganze Zeit nur auf Ja, 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 mach. Einfach Hauptsache, das Video existiert. Und das endete dann darin, dass, ja, jetzt einfach wie gesagt wurde, es startet um 19:45 Uhr, aber was soll's. So, zuallererst haben wir haben keine Untertitel. Gibt's eine deutsche Version davon irgendwo? Also, falls das schon irgendwer sieht. Falls schon irgendwer da ist.
So is it going to be just as long as a regular show?
Yeah, we have like 2 hours of stuff to show folks from across the industry. You know, like.
Okay, es sind einige Leute da. Das ist schon mal gut zu sehen.
They're like Call of Duty and then a lot of really, interesting titles. Of course, we're gonna have.
Oh nein, ich habe die fucking normale Latenz. Wir haben einfach 30 Sekunden Unterschied, bis das, was ich sage, bei euch ist. Oh Gott, es tut mir leid.
It's really fun to have like the big and the
Shit. Oh nein. Egal. Müssen jetzt durch.
But yeah, it's a full-blown show, 2 hours.
Is it going to be just back-to-back trailers, or are you going to do some interviews and demos?
You will definitely see trailers. You will see some extended gameplay demos of some titles as well. There will be a few interviews with a couple of developers. We've got some special guests. And one thing I will say kind of right out of the gate is that this is not sort of wall-to-wall shock and awe announcements of new games similar to last year at Gamescom. We have some really big updates on games that fans are excited about and meaningful, but the kind of big surprise announcements. We have a few things in the show, and we have lots of great things planned for the Game Awards. But similar to last year, this is really a showcase of like big holiday games coming next year that you know about. So I would tell people to set their expectations to be.
Er sieht halt auch einfach immer aus, als ob er dann mit dem Leben wäre. Okay, er hat gerade einfach erklärt, es wird keine krassen mind-blowing neuen Ankündigungen geben, was sehr schade ist. Aber es gibt halt Gameplay-Demos von Dingen, die wir kennen. Es gibt krasse Updates zu Dingen, die wir kennen. Und ja. So, das ist so laut, wie es geht, tatsächlich. Warte, ich kann vielleicht noch mit OBS ein bisschen lauter machen.
We're gonna hopefully create that magic moment that we haven't felt this summer, right? And a lot of the events this summer have been pre-taped and they've been great and lots of cool game info.
Ist das so okay?
Something live with a lot of energy to it. So if we do things right, that's what people are about to see.
Very cool. Good luck with everything.
Ich werde es in 30 Sekunden erfahren.
I'm doing my best. So just so we're all on the same page about what just happened, that was basically an interview with my boss using questions that I mostly already know the answers to. So considering all that, I think that went pretty well. Next up, we do have another world premiere trailer, baby. Vroom vroom honk honk for Dirt 5.
So ist gut, okay. Okay, hier kann ich direkt schon mal den Ton wieder ausmachen, weil einfach ansonsten die Musikleute ankern und sagen, no, das ganze Geld geht jetzt erstmal in unsere Tasche, was hier von diesem Video gemacht wird. Und da sage ich einfach mal, fuck you. Nee, einfach nur. Könnt ihr mega abhaken. Was geht bei euch? Was habt ihr bisher so gemacht? Wie war euer Tag? Meiner war mit sehr viel Schlafen gefüllt, weil ich habe einfach 6 Stunden an dem Final Fantasy 15 Video rumencodet, Alter. Also ich kann euch sagen, Dinge, die ihr machen solltet, ist so ein Glas Wasser trinken und Dinge, die ihr nicht machen solltet, ist ein fast 3-stündiges 4K-Video zu encoden. Das ist halt... Das ist halt keine gute Idee. Das ist wirklich keine gute Idee. Absolut keine gute Idee. Okay, kann ich den Ton wieder anmachen? Ich glaube schon. Oder? Sehr gut.
So you think like a vampire bit a car and sucked out gas? To be continued.
Ich habe gerade gelesen, Brudi, ich war gestern mit Freunden Sushi essen und ich dachte mir so, warum isst du
I've been reading your
Leute? Okay, Sushi macht mehr Sinn.
Everybody's blowing up, demanding Kyle's 10 reasons to be excited for opening night live. Well, let's kick it off. Reason number 10 to be excited for opening night live 2020. Feeling excited.
Meine Frau meint, das Wohnzimmer muss gestrichen werden. Heute ausgeräumt, morgen geht's los. Weißt du, als jemand, der jetzt auch neu eingezogen ist und einfach super Gefallen daran gefunden hat, Dinge neu einzurichten, kann ich das sehr nachvollziehen.
Number 6, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Number 5 reason to be excited for ONL 2020. Shadow drops. Number 4, Fall Guys Season 2. Number 3 reason to be excited for ONL 2020. Actual gameplay from a mysterious PlayStation 5 exclusive. Ooh. Number 2, everything else in my life sucks right now. And the number 1 reason to be excited for opening night live 2020. Jeff Keighley said it's gonna be good. We have one final world premiere.
Wenn Jeff Keighley sagt, dass das gut wird, wissen wir ja.
Switch version.
Mal gucken.
Popular game from 2018 that can only be described as dinosaursy. Enjoy.
You think that things are going to turn out differently, huh?
Yay, noch mehr alte Spiele für die Switch, für die wir Vollpreis bezahlen dürfen.
Because they believed that they were in control.
Und schlechter aussehen und schlechter performen.
Well,
ich hoffe, dass ein neues Animal Crossing angekündigt wird, aber ich glaube nicht.
We are seduced by it, but we never really possess it. You see, life can be tenacious and stubborn. Life will not be contained. And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win.
War das Spiel nicht sogar eigentlich ganz gut? Haben das nicht irgendwie voll viele Leute gespielt? Also an mir ging es halt komplett vorbei, aber war das nicht irgendwie so voll gut eigentlich?
That's it. That's all we have for you in this very pre-show. Please be excited for the actual opening night live in which you'll see some Destiny 2, you'll see Fall Guys Season 2, you'll see Black Ops Cold War, that mysterious PlayStation 5 demo, some things we've probably never heard of before. I think it's going to be a very good show. I'm personally excited about it. Me. I should thank you, actually, for putting up with my nonsense for the last 20 minutes. It is appreciated, but seriously, enjoy the show.
Cool. Dann wollen wir mal. Ich bin sehr gespannt, was mich jetzt hier erwartet. Warte, gucke ich diesen Stream über Firefox? Ja, tue ich tatsächlich. Warum tue ich mir so einen Quatsch an? Ich wundere, dass das so scheiße ist die ganze Zeit.
Divided.
Ja.
Have what it takes.
All right, I'm going in.
To be heroes.
What we're doing here could change things forever.
Tonight.
So.
Bring the world together.
Das soll jetzt 2 Stunden gehen, glaube ich.
We are.
Oh mein Gott, ich hoffe, sie kündigen Sky an. Das möchte ich halt wirklich haben. Wenn die das ankündigen und sagen, out now, bin ich ein bisschen hype, ehrlich gesagt.
Of gaming. Welcome to Gamescom. Opening Night Live.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Keighley, and welcome to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2020.
Das ganze Ding wurde in Unreal Engine 4 gemacht. Außer er ist reingekiet. Aber die Hintergründe sind alle in Unreal Engine 4.
In 2020, games have comforted and connected us more than ever. And with the launch of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X later this year, games are only going to get better. Well, all summer, I was hopeful we could get to this very moment, a big live showcase.
Ich habe Sky halt noch nicht gespielt, aber ich möchte es echt gerne spielen. Aber weil ich weiß, dass das auf anderen Konsolen noch erscheinen soll, wollte ich warten, bis das passiert.
Guys, Season 2 and an extended gameplay demo of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. Plus, we might have a couple surprises along the way, too. But before we start, I want to acknowledge and thank all the game developers, marketers, and publishers who have worked under challenging circumstances to keep us entertained. This show is nothing without them or my production team, and doing a show at this scale safely is not easy, especially when all of you at home have some pretty insane expectations. I hope tonight reminds you why you love to play games. And with that, we're going to move on to our first game with a game that was just announced yesterday. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And is Dan Von...
Ist wie bisher alles relativ kalt, ehrlich gesagt.
Give you an exclusive sneak peek. Dan, how you doing?
Good, Jeff. Thanks for having me here. This has been a dream project for us to work on. From nearly the beginning of development, we knew Black Ops Cold War was going to be a direct sequel to Black Ops 1, and we loved the idea of returning to the pillars built the Black Ops franchise. Deniable operations, conspiracy grounded in history.
Oh, sag mir jetzt nicht, dass das Video asynchron ist. Da mache ich nämlich leider einfach aus und mach das nicht, weil das ist mir zu dumm dann. Bitte sag mir, dass hier alles synchron ist und alles ist gut.
And it's really something that we know would feel relevant to today and also uniquely Black Ops.
Well, you start playing with Black Ops, everyone wants to know characters. We saw yesterday in the reveal trailers, some familiar faces. So, Woods, Mason, break it down. How does this fit into the Black Ops canon? You said it's a direct sequel, so are we going to see a lot of familiar faces?
Yeah, part of the fun in making this game was bringing back the iconic characters like Woods and Hudson and Mason and seeing how all those personalities mix with some of the new characters. So the campaign takes place in 1981, and we love that we've been able to have so many connections to the original Black Ops and really be that direct sequel to the game.
Now, one thing that I'm really excited about this is you're pushing the storytelling in kind of a new direction with some branches and some options about how you play through the campaign. Can you maybe walk us through your thinking there?
Yeah,
Video ist out of sync.
Echt?
Bei mir ist alles okay.
Say, let's take this Black Ops thrill ride and infuse it with some player choice and some player freedom. Anything we can do to give the player a little more ownership over their experience. So that starts with allowing the player to create their own character for the Cold War campaign. They can name them and pick a military background and really pretend they are that Black Ops soldier that they want to be. From there, we wanted to take some of our missions and infuse.
Jetzt, wo ihr das sagt, das ist echt so ein bisschen asynchron, ne?
Some of those missions, and it was fun to find that balance between the hard driving Call of Duty.
Gut, das ist nicht mein Problem. Alles Gamescom. Alles super. Okay, I don't care. Ich bin fein raus.
Impact. So some of those choices earlier in the game and some towards the end will actually shape the ending of the narrative of the campaign.
All right, so multiple endings to this game.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the big things for us. It's like we love that Black Ops has always been willing to take risks, and we all know they did some of this in Black Ops 2. And with our story and with these features, we loved playing homage to those early.
Ach komm, als ob das die ersten wären, die jemals multiple Enden in einem Videospiel gehabt hätten. Wir haben fucking Risiken aufgenommen. Das ist Call of Duty, Alter. Das ist die safeste Videospielserie der Welt.
What are you gonna say?
Halt, Brudi, Alter.
This is really exciting because this will be the first time we've done this outside the walls of the development studio. This is a scene from earlier in the game, and it's a critical point that really shows the narrative of the world, shows this threat that our heroes are going to be battling. So let's take a look.
Also keine Ahnung, das Stream ist auch super unstabil bei mir. Aus irgendwelchen mir unbekannten Gründen.
Manhattan Project was stolen from Los Alamos by the Russian spy known as Perseus. 1968.
Warte mal, ich mach gerade mal Steam aus. Kann sein, dass das irgendwie einfach irgendeine Kacke runterlädt und einfach super viel Stress macht. Discord mache ich auch mal aus. So.
5 days ago, while on a mission, we acquired intel that Perseus is in play again and planning an attack on the West. Perseus. The CIA's analysts consider him to be the single largest threat to the free world.
Mr. Hudson.
Streamt ihr das auch auf Twitch? Weil ich habe überall nur den YouTube-Stream gefunden.
So aware he's more myth than fact. I mean, personally, I think he's nothing more than the Russian boogeyman.
General Haig, allow me to introduce the man best suited to respond to that.
Okay, cool. Nehmen wir doch Twitch. So.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, this is Jason Hudson and Russell
I know their names. Who do you think approved their last mission? Is the threat real?
Yes, sir, we believe it is.
Can you stop Perseus?
We can, sir. I've already submitted the requisition for my team.
Sir, their requests are highly irregular. Most likely illegal. If the press gets a hold...
What the hell are you talking about? Do you know who we are?
Every mission we go on is illegal.
Sergeant Woods, plausible deniability is the backbone of our work.
Al.
Ja, der Gamescom-Stream soll circa 2 Stunden gehen.
Men and women of the world. Give Mr. Adler whatever he wants. Gentlemen, you've been given an important task. Protecting our very way of life from a great evil. There is no higher duty. There is no higher honor. And while few people will know of your struggles, rest assured, the entire free world will benefit. I know you won't fail us.
Das war spannend.
Tonight we have some new game announcements for you guys as well.
Ich kann mit Call of Duty leider so gar nichts anfangen einfach.
Action-adventure game from Reflector Entertainment in Montreal. It's called Unknown 9. The game tells the story of Haruna, a woman raised on the streets of India and haunted by visions of her own death. Haruna struggles to understand her mysterious innate abilities to manipulate the unseen. Check out this first look.
Also, keine Ahnung, vorgerendert. Ist halt okay, kann man machen. Sieht vom Konzept her okay aus. Aber keiner weiß, was ist das jetzt so? This is the Monados power.
This year's biggest
Mega gut.
Doom Eternal. Tonight we've got an exclusive first look at the campaign expansion called The Ancient Gods Part 1. Check this out.
Also ich stimme zu, dass das halt vom Konzept, wie gesagt, ganz cool aussah, aber halt, man hat nichts zu dem Spiel einfach gesehen. Das war so ein bisschen... Tatsächlich muss ich Doom Eternal auch nochmal spielen. Das habe ich bisher konsequent ignoriert, ehrlich gesagt. Und das ist ein bisschen schade, weil ich glaube, das ist eigentlich ganz cool. Und ich glaube, auch hier kann ich den Chat einfach mal ausmachen, weil braucht kein Mensch einfach. Der ist aus, oder? Wack, einfach. Genau, die Pre-Show ist schon zu Ende. Das ist jetzt die Hauptshow.
2020 marks the 25th anniversary of a legendary game studio, BioWare. Tonight, Casey Hudson and the team wanted to give everyone around the world a little taste of what's next. Casey, over to you.
Hey, Jeff. It's great to see you again. You know, 6 years ago, we were on the stage with you at the 2014
BioWare, Alter.
Game of the Year for Dragon Age Inquisition. And since then, we've been imagining new ways to use next-generation technology to bring the world and characters of Dragon Age to life. We're still
Nee, von Square Enix kommt nichts. Zumindest standen die nicht auf der Liste mit drauf von Publishern, die da was zeigen.
team of developers are crafting this very special game.
Kommt jetzt Anthem, Version 2.0.
I've been at BioWare for a really long time, so I've got to see it grow up and turn from a company of 35 people to a company of more than 300 people.
There's amazing people in the industry. There's amazing stories to be told with other people.
I love that character so much.
That's awesome. We're very experimental here at BioWare, so we're always coming up with new stuff.
We're always trying to improve, innovate, and bring new characters to life for our players and fans to enjoy.
Nintendo ist auch nicht auf der Liste. Das waren halt die zwei Firmen, nach denen ich gesucht habe. Einmal Nintendo und einmal Square Enix. Beide waren halt nicht drauf.
Frontier stories, it's got mystery, it's got hard-boiled detective stories. And of course, it's all wrapped up in kind of a fantasy setting.
You really feel like you're the hero in the Dragon Age world and you're saving people.
Dragon Age to me is a wonderful world to play in.
I am really excited about the future of Dragon Age. This is an original world, original flora, original wildlife, original architecture. That makes it fun to explore and discover.
In the next Dragon Age, we get an opportunity to see new things, new places, and interact with people who lived and grew up in these spaces as well.
For the game we're working on now, we want to tell a story. What happens when you don't have power? What happens when the people in charge aren't willing to address the issues?
Das sieht nach Dragon Age aus, weil das alles auch Dragon Age ist. Die pitchen hier gerade das neue Dragon Age Spiel. Das Problem ist, es ist halt BioWare. Das heißt, ich bin einfach instant abgeturnt, weil einfach jedes BioWare-Spiel nach Mass Effect 3 lahm war, ohne Ende. Daher.
One of the best examples of that is Solus. Half the community wants to kill him, half the people want to marry him, then another part wants to do both.
They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
BioWare and EA has been one of the forerunners in using motion magic technology, and that makes it way more realistic when you're looking at the characters and the way they walk and move and interact in the world.
Players want that suspension of disbelief that this wonderful collection of digital pixels is actually a living, breathing soul.
No, it's okay. That's the good kind of rumble.
I actually design bosses. I help with the creature design team as well. So I do all of like.
Das ist der Nut-Button. Bisher gab's nichts zu nutten, deswegen ist der Nut-Button noch weg. Ich gebe doch keine Nuts für Call of Duty raus. Oder irgendwas, was von EA kommt, Mann. Außer es ist Mirror's Edge.
Decision making can mean that a party member lives or a party member dies. And it means owning your outcome and reactivity to the choices that you do make.
I just love the possibilities that Dragon Age offers us, and I'm excited to explore a lot more of them.
To me, that potential is what gets you up in the morning. It's a fantastic opportunity every time.
Next up, it's time for something special.
Great Scott! I think there's been a serious miscalculation.
Damn.
Wait, you're, what's his name? Back to the Future?
I'm Emmanuel Brown, doctor of physics, not of medicine, and certainly not that quack from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, we know who you are, but what are you...
Einfach Rick and Morty gedisst.
To this precise moment, On August 27th, 2020, because it's imperative we launch Surgeon Simulator 2 right now.
And what exactly do you have to do with Surgeon Simulator?
During the mid-20th century, some friends of mine from Shire University invented a state-of-the-art medical training facility, otherwise known as...
Also ich cringe halt gerade schon so ein bisschen. Das ist schon so...
Now, 70 years later, we've digitized the experience.
Ja.
Unbelievable. You can access the program through your computer and
Halt.
medically trained from the comfort of your keyboard. And it's available as of... Great Scott! This very moment. Tonight, world premiere, a few examples of some of the incredibly successful test subjects who have already completed the course.
So you're saying a world premiere will save our future?
Only time will tell. And speaking of time, I'm off to another world premiere, Avengers 26, The Return of the Son of Thanos, opening 2077. And with that, I leave the fate of the human race in your hands. Just make sure you play Surgeon Simulator 2. Now.
Oh mein Gott.
Orders.
Ist okay, ist okay. Kann man machen.
That's on his head! No! Let me give him a little pat on the head. Where does this part go? Wait, there, we got it. He looks good as new.
Now grab the good arm and bring it in here. We're dying. He's dying.
Oh,
no,
that's not right. My finger slipped.
He gets the right.
Jesus Christ.
Ich weiß auf jeden Fall schon, was ich mit Malte und Isa als nächstes spielen werde. Ja, das war ein bisschen weird.
Brown introducing Jacksepticeye playing Surgeon Simulator, only on opening night live. All right, well, if you thought that crossover was kind of crazy, wait until you get a load of this next game announcement.
Gab's nicht mal ein Back to the Future Spiel? Ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass Telltale irgendwann mal eins gemacht hat. Aber ich... weiß ich nicht. Ich meine, hey, Epic Game Store, bester Store, wenn ihr da kauft, Creator Code Musician. Los geht's. Ich mag den Ketchup. Der ist schon ziemlich gut. Bridge Constructor Walking Dead. Weißt du, langsam wird's auch, also halt, irgendwo ist auch mal gut. So. Brudi, Alter. Fucking hell, so.
Tonight is just the start of Gamescom 2020. Over the next 3 days, there are more streams from IGN and Webedia with in-depth looks at games, a digital cosplay contest, and some special new shows just for Gamescom. Your portal for all things Gamescom this year is Gamescom Now, which you can check out at gamescom.global. Now, one game you'll hear more about later on IGN's post-show is this one, a return of two classic characters that I love. Check this out.
Mario und Luigi?
In a world gone strange, one elite force stands against the darkness.
Oh mein Gott. Oh, wie hießen die nochmal?
Could use some help. Here, slip on this little beauty for effect.
Sam, I'm blind. Oh, hello, miss.
Shit, das stand in dem Auto und ich hab's nicht gelesen. Ah, wie hießen die nochmal?
The return of Sam and Max.
Sam and Max, genau.
It's time to say hello to my wonderful co-host for ONL from IGN. Please
Damn, okay.
Sydney Goodman.
Auch davon gab es irgendwie von Telltale, glaube ich, ein Spiel, so 2007 rum.
Be here. Gamescom is always such a fun event, and throughout the show tonight, I'll be telling you about all the different ways that IGN is involved in this year's festivities. But first, I have an award to announce. The winner of Best Nintendo Switch Game is Little Nightmares 2. Huge congratulations. Like I said, IGN is going to be here for
Schon doof, wenn die Konsole einfach keine Spiele hat, dass ein Indie-Game bestes Switch-Spiel gewinnt.
games content,
oh my God.
Talks, and more.
Imagine being Nintendo, so.
Some indies. The show with and for indie developers. That premieres Saturday, August 29th at 7 p.m. Central European Time, so be sure to tune in for more announcements and special guests. And now, let's go back to Jeff for our next big world premiere.
Der Nut-Button ist hier, aber er blieb bisher ungedrückt, weil es noch nichts gab, was ein Nut-Button wert wäre.
On the Daily Show tomorrow, so looking forward to that. All right, well, on to our next game. In the next World of Warcraft expansion, players will journey beyond the mortal world of Azeroth to a place where no living soul has set foot before. The Shadowlands, the afterlife of an entire Warcraft universe. The infinite realms of the Shadowlands are watched over by different factions, known as covenants, each holding dominion over a different aspect of the afterlife. And depending on how someone lived their mortal life, they may end up as part of one of these covenants when they cross over into the Shadowlands. Today, we're excited to give you a closer look at the noble and pure Kyrian Covenant from the realm of Bastion, who are charged with carrying the souls of the dead into the beyond. So sit back and get ready for the world premiere of Bastion, the first in Blizzard Entertainment's new 4-part series of animated shorts called Afterlives. Enjoy.
Hä? Gucken wir uns jetzt so einen Kurzfilm von World of Warcraft an? Oder was ist das? Okay, anscheinend schon. Ich meine, das ist halt alles so Normie-Scheiße, Alter. Mit der kann ich nichts anfangen. So. Ich spiele kein Call of Duty. Ich spiele einfach kein World of Warcraft. Was ist das? Rudi. Wo ist mein Neon Genesis Evangelion RPG, Alter? So ein Zeug, wo ich sagen kann, yeah, endlich. Wo ist mein fucking Nier? Wo ist mein Final Fantasy 16? Wo ist mein Japan-Scheiß? So.
Welcome to Bastion. You led a truly selfless life, and for that, you have been chosen.
Chosen?
To shed your mortal burdens and join the ranks of the Ascended. Serving to ferry the souls of the dead.
Ja, das würde ich halt echt skippen, weil das ist halt so richtig von dem Spektrum zu finde ich geil, zu ist mir egal, schießt es halt aus dem ist mir egal raus. Weil das ist halt, ich habe null Bezug dazu einfach.
Long ago.
You're wrong. He destroyed my home, murdered my people and my king. He must be punished.
You are an aspirant now. You must accept your new purpose and purge yourself of this desire for vengeance.
What I desire.
Die Tokyo Game Show ist tatsächlich auch nicht mehr das, was sie mal war. Die Tokyo Game Show ist auch komplett zu einer Mobile Game Convention verkommen. Ich weiß, wovon ich rede. Ich war 4-mal da.
It is beneath your station.
Literally, die größten Stände auf der Tokyo Game Show sind alles Mobile Games. Ich weiß noch, als 2014, 15 einfach so ein riesig fettes Luftschiff So, das hat die halbe Halle gefühlt eingenommen, die da hatten. Einfach nur für Grand Blue Fantasy, Alter. Und dann dachte ich mir, wow, wie geil muss das sein? Hast du angeguckt? Scheiß Mobile Game. Dude, einfach nur.
Devos, I would not let the Archon hear such a thought. In time, he will forget. Trust our ways. Trust the path.
Devos, how long must we train?
Until you are ready to ascend.
And what is keeping me from ascension?
Nothing but the memory of your mortal life.
How can I forget when I can still feel his blade?
Your soul is wounded? Who did this to you?
He was my student. He betrayed us all.
Show me. The runes on his blade were unmistakable. This dark agent runs free on a mortal world with the power of the Maw itself in hand. Our realm is...
Da geht das noch. Pass auf, das geht jetzt noch 45 Minuten und dann ist einfach die Show vorbei.
You must return to the path.
If he had purged his life, we never...
Ja, das dachte ich mir aber auch gerade. Die gammeln da irgendwie zusammen schon seit Ewigkeiten gefühlt schon rum und denen kommt jetzt erst irgendwie der Gedanke, dass sie vielleicht mal nachgucken sollen, ob der Typ in Ordnung ist, so. Okay, cool.
Charge. You will abandon this course.
As you command, my Archon. Uther, the time of your ascension has come.
I thought I was not ready.
Do you wish to see him punished?
I do.
Then prepare yourself. The moment he falls, we will claim him.
Ich wette, wenn ich halt so richtig krass in der World of Warcraft Lore drin wäre, würde mir übelst einer abgehen hiervon. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was hier passiert, Alter. Ich habe keine fucking Ahnung, was hier abgeht.
Cast him into the maw. Return him to the darkness he served. His eternal suffering awaits.
He was my student.
Remember what he did and take your vengeance.
Not vengeance. Justice.
I just
All right, hope you guys
died.
enjoyed that exclusive look at Bastion. Now, we know many of you can't wait to experience Shadowlands, and our friends at Blizzard want you to know the wait is almost over.
Wenn du Shadowbringers auf Wish bestellst, bekommst du einfach das hier. Das sieht halt alles aus wie so eine MOBA-Map. Und ich kann das einfach nicht anziehen, so.
October 27th, it is official, and we have so much more opening night live still to go for you. Ratchet & Clank, PlayStation 5, much more. Stay tuned. All right, but now it's time for the announcement of a new universe that is coming to gaming for the first time with a project from a Canadian studio. Check this out.
They have returned. They corrupted. Divided, conquered, until finally, the gates of the celestial realm were thrown open. Our last remaining hope, the storm-cast Eternals, vengeance made manifest. Unbound, unbroken, we will take back what the dead have ravaged.
Ich hätte schwören können, das ist einfach Two Human 2, aber nein, das war's nicht.
Now, you guys may remember back in June.
Okay, guck mal, endlich mal ein Spiel, was kann.
Buddy Crash Bandicoot
Hat auch nur einfach 45 fucking Minuten gedauert, Alter.
Crash, of course, had to come back for opening night live. So let's bring him out, everybody. Crash Bandicoot. What? He's where?
Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott! Weißt du, das ist das hier, sowas von.
Crash apparently didn't get the memo about Gamescom, but to tell us more about what we just saw, I'm joined by Lou Studdert from Toys for...
Also ich cringe schon ein bisschen, aber das ist halt immer noch besser als alles, was davor kam.
Apparently you saw him wandering around Cologne, but what he was hinting at was kind of our reveal of what we call flashback tapes, which are a brand new style of level that we are announcing here today.
Okay, so how do these flashback levels kind of play into the overall Crash 4 narrative?
Yeah, so the way that the flashback levels work is that they are kind of a peek back in time to the...
Also das ist halt richtig asynchron gerade. Damn, Bruder.
On Crash and Coco before the events of Crash Bandicoot 1. And they're kind of these devious puzzle rooms that we've made, and they're really hard, and they're really awesome, and they're super creative, and we can't wait to get people's hands on them.
Yeah, no, I got to play a demo of this a few weeks ago, and that was a challenge, so I can't imagine how nefarious these are. How are they going to be sort of integrated into the game? Are they optional, like offshoot stuff, or how do you get to them?
Sure. So players actually have to collect the flashback tapes in the levels themselves. They're an object that they can pick up, and to actually pick them up, they have to reach them in the level without dying. It's kind of our homage to the death routes from the original trilogy. So players have to reach these objects in the level, pick them up, and then once they get them, they'll get access to these unique levels.
So beyond the pure challenge, what other fun? How are these fun for players to kind of experience, and what do they get to do in them?
Sure. So one of the things that we did was we actually used these as, like I said, puzzle rooms, really kind of fun, nefarious, devious ways for Crash to really express that pure platforming kind of aspect of gameplay that we know and love about the franchise. But then narratively for us, it was really cool to layer in kind of a unique perspective to the franchise. This is the moment when Cortex is really excited about the prospect of Crash being on his team, because Crash was originally created by Cortex, and so this is a weird point in time that's never really been explored in the games before.
Awesome. All right, well, Crash 4, It's About Time, looks phenomenal, Lou. We cannot wait to check it out in October. Thanks for...
Kannst du was Englisch, aber verstehen kein Wort. Der Typ hat einfach nur erzählt, dass sie jetzt super krass schwere Level haben, wo du einfach durchkommen musst, ohne einmal zu sterben, um sie zu schaffen. Oder so. Dude, warum zeigt ihr kein Gameplay dazu? What? Da kam endlich mal was Gutes. Jetzt sind wir wieder bei so einer Casual-Scheiße. Mann. Brudi. Was ist los? So.
That obliterates without warning. Alone, the hordes of Enoch will fall before me. But together, this entire planet will fear us. The anomaly alters us, each in our own ways, yet we are drawn down the same road, into the dark heart of creation. 'Cause I feel the way you feel.
Ja, aber das Gameplay im Hintergrund ist nicht irgendwie so ideal gemacht. So, da hätte man auch irgendwas über den Typen rüberlegen können, dass man halt das Gameplay sieht, während er das erklärt oder so. Ist halt so...
Welcome to the Hyperscape. Enter a contender.
Ist das nicht dieses Ubisoft-MOBA-Ding? Was sie schon auf ihrer Pseudo-E3-Präsentation gezeigt haben?
Time to party.
Ihr habt ja euer Switch-Spiel.
Welcome to Necromunda. I can see you're new here. Let me get you up to speed. The Underhive's named well. A sprawl of humanity suffering away like ants. Deep underground where we ain't causing trouble for the rich boys and girls, no matter how loud we are. And do we ever make some noise? Every Orlok says they could shoot the tail off a lashworm and they'd splash your head from 20 paces for saying they couldn't. I don't want to say immortal, but when their armor, blood, skin and will are of iron, it's a potent combo. Why would someone like you want to know about an all-female gang of psychopaths, drug dealers, killers, cloners and... Oh, makes sense. And Escher will cut you up just for the fun of it. Goliaths are big. That's it. Anything smaller than them doesn't deserve to live. And they're just as happy filling you with lead as they are smashing you to pieces with a power.
Ich bin halt einfach so über Wacky Shooter LOL hinweg, seitdem Borderlands rauskam.
Chaos. Gang Warfare.
Halt, was auch immer das ist, I don't care. So, das sieht aus wie alles andere, was wir bisher gesehen haben.
So, think you're ready? Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on September 8th.
O futuro dos jogos, além de realidades virtuais extremamente fidedignas e realistas, eu acho que também se encontra em formas mais expressivas e absurdas, quebrando cada vez mais esses paradigmas de formato de videogame que a gente tem e sendo usado mais do que nunca como uma ferramenta de expressão artística.
I envision the future gaming to be quite bright and quite online.
The next generation of console will clearly allow AAA and indie developers to build more creative-driven games that I hope will cover more diverse subjects.
I want to play all kinds of stories about people and places, both real and imagined. I want comedy games, I want autobiographical games. I really want to see what people can do with the medium.
Pro futuro dos games, eu vejo uma evolução obviamente gráfica, mas eu vejo ainda mais evolução na inteligência artificial e na maneira com a qual a gente interage com os games, tudo em busca de experiências mais imersivas.
You know, one of the things I love about opening night is that we can show you the biggest games in the industry and also smaller titles that...
Gewagte Aussage, Bruder, gewagte Aussage.
Next game. It comes from a team of 2 in Sweden, Tuxedo Labs. Over the past 3 years, developer Dennis Gustafsson has built his own game engine to realize his vision for a fully destructible game world. What he's building has absolutely blown me away, so I asked Dennis to prepare a special trailer just for tonight. I hope you're equally inspired by the ideas in this next game. Definitely one to watch. Teardown.
Also sind wir fair? Das hier sieht mal ein bisschen kreativer aus als der Rest. Das war jetzt eins der wenigen Spiele, wo ich sagen würde,
Last year at Opening Night Live, we announced
okay, guck mal.
Nightmares 2 to the world. Well, the team at Tarsier Studios hasn't shown anything since, but that changed right now. Here is a first look at the gameplay of Little Nightmares 2, which is coming next February, with more to come throughout the week at Gamescom, including a live demo on Gamescom Studio tomorrow.
Da bin ich gespannt. Little Nightmares war cool.
Nice. All right, thank you.
Oh, nice. Nightmares. Da freue ich mich drauf. Okay. Ey, Little Nightmares, ne? Richtig, richtig gutes Spiel. Und das Sequel sieht auch aus, als ob es richtig, richtig gut wird. Freue ich mich drauf, Mann! So, das gibt's dafür. Aber nicht für das, nicht dafür, sondern für Little Nightmares.
With my old buddy Mauro Ranallo to bring you all the over-the-top action in WWE 2K Battleground. Mamma mia! This is great. This arcade-style video game is over-the-top outrageous with over 70 WWE.
Also Little Nightmares ist jetzt nicht Jumpscare gruselig, das ist halt eher so verstörend als gruselig, würde ich sagen.
It's L-I-T. You know, I'm a little more old school than Morrow, so I can't wait to see these WWE legends teach these kids a thing or two. And you know what? Here's a closer look at the insane action. It's a great evening for WWE action. Oh, wow! Take that, Morrow! Man, it's so good to see the Bella Twins at their best. And now, let's keep this party rolling with another matchup. Oh, look out, Morrow! The Undertaker has risen, and Finn Balor is about to be taken for his last ride. Mamma mia, what a move! Finish him! Oh, no! He just hit the snooze button! How do you lose like that? What's the matter with you legends? This is just an example of the pandemonium that you're gonna experience when you head to the battlegrounds. Whew, that's a big toy hammer! Oh, I can't believe my eyes! Seth Rollins...
Gott, ich fühle einfach den gekünstelten Werbecringe, weil ich den jedes Mal durchmache, wenn ich irgendwelche Shoutouts für Werbung in meinen Videos machen muss. Das ist halt same energy einfach. Same energy.
Mamma mia! Oh, sorry, Morrow, I know that's your line.
Hello again. I have even more awards to announce, so let's get right down to it. The winner of Best Action Adventure Game is Watch Dogs Legion.
The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Auf Watch Dogs Legion freue ich mich auch sehr. Ich glaube, das wird cool.
Is Star Wars Squadrons.
Think you can escape?
This is gonna be close. The winner of Best Multiplayer Game is Operation Tango.
Operation Tango. It takes two.
Kennt ihr schon Raid Shadow Legends? Bereitet euch schon mal drauf vor, das nächste Video wird ein Raid-Ad haben. Die haben mich gefragt, hast du nicht Bock, nochmal Werbung zu machen? Ich meinte so, yes! Machen wir, los geht's. Haut die Raid-Werbung in mein Video.
Did not believe what I had witnessed. It was time for the world to learn my name.
Congratulations to all the winners. As I mentioned, IGN will be here for all of Gamescom with great shows and new ways for you to get all your gaming news. Check it out.
Gamescom 2020 is the heart of gaming, and you can keep to the beat right here on IGN. We've turned the single biggest show in gaming into 5. Gamescom Now is your virtual show floor with up-to-the-second live coverage. Gamescom Daily Show, Gamescom's first ever late-night talk show. Our Gamescom Awesome Indie Show, the freshest deep cuts in indie gaming. And finally, the Gamescom Best of Show, including the Gamescom Award. Gamescom 2020 is available on IGN and wherever you stream Gamescom Now.
And now it is time to talk about that best action game winner, Star Wars Squadrons. This is a new immersive space combat game.
Ich kann nicht sagen, wie viel ich für die Raid-Werbung bekomme, aber ich kann sagen, dass ich für eine Raid-Werbung so viel kriege, wie ich normalerweise regulär verdienen würde in einem Monat durch YouTube-Videos. Daher ist es sehr schwer zu sagen, nee, lass mal nicht machen, wenn es einfach nur 1 Minute in einem Video einnehmen soll. Daher... Ein weiterer Monat ist dann einfach die Miete gesichert und das finde ich ehrlich gesagt ziemlich gut. Daher ist es mir dann relativ egal, ob die Leute das toll finden oder nicht. Zur Not kann man die Minute halt einfach skippen, so dann no harm done.
Light or dark, freedom or destruction. The Empire chose to destroy Alderaan in order to spread fear and douse the fires of rebellion. But the heroic pilots of the Rebel Alliance have chosen to keep fighting, to show the Empire that we are not afraid. It was their bravery that ended Palpatine's reign and brought about our new Republic. However, the Empire lives on, shattered though it may be. As I speak, Imperial forces are edging toward the Bormir sector, hoping to end our new Republic before we find our footing. As their Empire collapses, they try to tighten their grip. But the galaxy is changing, and you can be a part of it. With the help of brave and daring pilots, this war can end. Make a choice. Fly with the New Republic. Change our galaxy for the better.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Hunka, narrative producer.
Zurück uns die Werbung.
Squadrons. Our single-player story is one of daring pilots and deep-seated rivalries.
Take Titan Squadron. Hunt down this Starhawk and eliminate it.
Gladly, Admiral Sloan.
Also halt, das Ding ist ja auch, wenn es von YouTube aus, von der Auszahlung geil genug wäre, dass ich das nicht annehmen müsste, würde ich es auch nicht annehmen. Aber es ist halt schon sehr verlockend, wenn ich dann halt sage, okay, ich habe entweder so viel am Ende des Monats oder ich habe einfach das Doppelte am Ende des Monats. Und das Doppelte ist dann schon, das gibt so ein kleines Sicherheitskissen, falls dann doch mal irgendwas sein sollte. Und besonders als Selbstständiger ist halt immer irgendwas. Besonders wenn dann irgendwann, keine Ahnung, Krankenkasse klingelt und Steuern irgendwie fällig werden. Und das ist halt ganz nice einfach. Das ist ganz angenehm.
When you've secured the area, you will escort the Gladiators to the outpost, and our extraction team will acquire Agent Thorn. Once Thorn is secure, reach your Gozanti cruisers and return to the Overseas.
Kam es ja was Interessantes. Es kam Little Nightmares 2. Das war interessant. Ich fand's interessant, wie lang das eine Warcraft-Film-Geschichten-Dings ging. Was halt gefühlt irgendwie 20 Minuten lang war, aber ich glaube, es war nur 5. Es kam so ein bisschen Crash Bandicoot 4. Das fand ich auch noch cool. Wie viel Capri-Sonne ist noch da? Warte, das kann ich zeigen, glaube ich.
Each mission will immerse you into the escalating
noch so viel.
The New Republic and a shattered empire. Debrief with your squad mates between missions.
You're our new wingman.
Customize and master all 8 starfighters.
In dem Sinne, Prost.
Finest.
I need you focused and ready to go.
From bombing runs at the Nadiri dockyards to setting a trap in the Xavian abyss, the story of these rival squadrons will push the war to the brink and define the galaxy for years to come. I look forward to seeing you in combat October 2nd.
That is not all EA has to share from a galaxy far, far away today. At Star Wars Galaxy Edge, you can enter the world of Batuu, where you can visit Oga's Cantina or jump into the Millennium Falcon on a run to Smuggler's Cove. It was this incredible adventure at Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort that inspired The Sims' latest game pack. Check this out.
Oh mein Gott, es gibt ein Sims Star Wars Crossover? Damn, okay. Ich sag zu Star Wars nichts, weil ich auch zu Star Wars keine Bindung habe. Ich habe halt, wie gesagt, wenn das irgendwie Mainstream-Appeal hat, bin ich da zu 90% raus, weil ich da einfach nie Appeal zu entwickelt habe. habe auch Game of Thrones nicht gesehen. Ich finde auch Breaking Bad kacke. Also ich habe einfach... Ich kann da nichts zu sagen, so. Es tut mir sehr leid. Nee, ich bin nicht so wie die anderen Nerds. Ich bin halt Otaku-nerdig. Ich habe halt einfach alle Animes dafür gesehen. Ich kann einfach das Neon Genesis Evangelion Opening auswendig in der 3-Minuten-Vollversion singen. Aber ich kann dir nicht sagen, worum es in Star Wars geht.
A gameplay demo of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. But right now,
oh mein Gott, nee.
Game from Annapurna Interactive from
Okay, es kommt auch noch nichts Gutes.
E3 event. And today I'm excited to share a new announcement from the team. This interactive thriller about a man stuck in a time loop is one of this year's most intriguing indie titles, and now they've added an absolutely all-star cast to the game. Here's a whole new look at 12 minutes.
Oh, war das nicht dieses eine Spiel, was eigentlich voll cool war? Wann wird das denn nochmal gezeigt? Irgendwoher kenne ich das auf jeden Fall. Genau, das war das da. Ich glaube, das ist ehrlich ziemlich cool.
Moving backward, returning to its bud. Think of that bud, unopened. Look at it as a whole. Then silently repeat these phrases. May you be free from suffering. May you be free from fear. May you know peace and joy.
Okay, man hat einfach nicht gesehen, was das für ein Spiel sein soll, außer random Szenen, so. Aber das ist halt eigentlich vom Konzept her ganz cool, weil du fängst halt irgendwie mit einem Tag an und dann läufst du den durch und dann passiert irgendwas am Ende und dann fängst du wieder von vorne an. Und das ist halt eigentlich ganz geil gemacht. Aber das sah halt super lahm aus, so wie es gerade jetzt dargestellt wurde.
As part of Gamescom 2020. Check this out.
Was zum Fick war das für Gameplay? Keine Musik? So total random mitten im Kampf einfach aufgehört? Was ist das für eine Show, Mann?
Fall Guys Season 2. Wait until you see what the Mediatonic guys are up to, and so much more. But first, I'm sure you saw that earlier this week, Heart of Deimos, Warframe's newest expansion, was released on PC, Xbox, and PS4. And today, it's also on Switch, all platforms. Here's a look at the Heart of Deimos.
Expand. Explore. Tear the veil asunder. Subvert new territory to our sovereign will. But that was what it wanted too. It raged unchecked.
Du könntest mir legit das auch als Godfall verkaufen und ich würde es nicht merken, einfach. Ich glaube, das ist Warframe, oder?
Life. We are infested with it.
What? Visitors?
Now, the gateway is failing. The jaws close. The final heartbeat approaches.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
But before we fall, we shall scream. There is one who will hear the heart of Deimos.
Ah, es ist tatsächlich Warframe. Voll gut. Aber ja, sieht halt alles gleich aus, so. Ist alles so Hightech-Fantasy-Scheiße irgendwie. Es ist halt...
older people or bored teenagers or middle-aged parents who suddenly find
Warframe halt Credit where Credit is due. Das Ding hat sich wirklich gut gemacht.
I think I've given out more
Daher eher Kritik an Godfall, dass es aussieht wie Warframe, finde ich.
As a result, it's more important than ever that we keep making different.
So schlecht im Game eine Capri-Sonne. Nee.
A pandemia pela qual estamos passando tem sido um período difícil a todos. Então, nesse momento, eu acho que a gente precisa lembrar de mostrar mais empatia, demonstrar mais amor, mais carinho e saber que a gente vai sair dessa juntos. Vai ser difícil, mas isso tudo vai passar.
I hope everybody gets healthy and safely through this coronavirus time. Care about other people and wear your masks.
Jogos são, na minha opinião pessoal, a forma de arte mais incrível de se expressar. Eles englobam tudo: música, arte, escrita, e você tem a chance de controlar e vivenciar essas experiências você mesmo. É mágico, é maravilhoso. Jogos são puro amor.
Oh, warte. So, okay. Da muss ich leider den Ton ausmachen, wenn die jetzt anfangen, irgendwelche krasse Lizenzmusik abzuspielen. Könnte böse enden. Was mache ich die ganze Zeit da? Ich langweile mich. Also, das ist halt richtig, richtig langweilig einfach. Und es geht noch eine Stunde, Alter. Das ist noch mindestens eine Stunde von dem ganzen Kram hier. Es ist halt... Oh. Ich denke die ganze Zeit, mega viel Zeit ist schon vergangen. Und dann ist einfach keine Zeit vergangen. Das letzte Mal, als ich mir dachte, boah, das dauert ja noch voll lange, war vor 20 Minuten. Und das dauert immer noch voll lange, Alter. Oh Mann. Kann ich das Ding jetzt wieder anmachen? Cool, okay. Ich glaube, jetzt Sound wieder safe. Jetzt kommt da gleich wieder more Ratchet & Clank, PlayStation 5 Gameplay, Fall Guys Season 2, stay tuned, aber zuerst irgendein Trash-Indie-Spiel. Let's go, World Premiere.
More of great stuff to show you. Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Stasis, you're going to see a brand new look at that. Fall Guys Season 2 and Ratchet & Clank PlayStation 5 and so much more.
Es ist halt einfach jedes Segment. Legit einfach. Bleibt dran, wir haben geilen Scheiß von Ratchet & Clank und Destiny 2, Mann. Fall Guys Season 2, aber zuerst Trash.
Ground-up remake of the original Mafia. Tonight we've got the exclusive debut of the next trailer called A Life of Reward Too Big to Ignore, which deals with Tommy's induction into the Salieri crime family. Check this out.
All these guys in this room, they're here because they have the only thing that matters to me.
the only thing that should matter to any of us. You know what that is, Tommy?
They're loyal.
Ist das Spiel nicht schon draußen? Ich habe jetzt so viel von diesem Mafia-Remake gehört, dass ich mir sicher war, dass es schon rausgekommen ist.
One day you're busting your back doing an honest day's work in a city that's been trying to scrape you off its heels since the day you stepped off the boat. And the next you're stuffing your pockets full of Salieri's dirty money.
Go get him, Tommy!
Teach these boys a lesson.
Also bisher waren die einzigen guten Indie-Games tatsächlich dieses eine Spiel, was aussieht wie Minecraft. Und Little Nightmares 2 und Crash Bandicoot. Der Rest ist einfach komplett Müll die ganze Zeit. Also halt Müll im Sinne von, gibt mir halt gar nichts. Auch das hier gibt mir leider gar nichts. So, ich weiß, dass voll viele Leute Mafia richtig geil finden, aber ich sehe das und denke mir halt so, daher.
Welcome to the family.
Next, we're going to introduce you to a turn-based multiplayer strategy FPS from a team in Montreal, Canada. Lemnis Gate is coming in early 2021 and has a unique mechanic built around a 25-second time loop. Check this out.
Irgendwie sind Time Loops ziemlich beliebt in letzter Zeit, habe ich das Gefühl. ...25 Sekunden Time Loop, 12 Minuten Time Loop. Ich weiß, dass Arcane Studios an irgendeinem Time Loop Zeug arbeiten. Just saying, wenn euer Spiel einen Time Loop beinhaltet, ist es spätestens jetzt ausgelutscht einfach. Nee, Mafia sieht richtig gut aus. Also da sage ich auch nichts gegen, aber ich weiß halt einfach, dass es halt kein Spiel für mich ist. Ich kann damit halt leider nichts anfangen.
Next spring, get ready to experience memorable moments and non-stop action from all 9 Star Wars films in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. The entire series has been reimagined with new fun-filled LEGO humor, and now we've got your first look at the gameplay trailer.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
The Force is unusually strong with him. That much is clear. Twisted by the dark side. Young Skywalker.
Zumindest weiß ich, dass dieses Spiel gut wird, weil die Lego-Spiele generell alle immer relativ gut sind.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
I'm from the Resistance. Your sister Leia sent me. We need your help.
Nice. Ich sag doch, die Lego-Spiele sind gut. Ich glaube, ich muss mal so ein Star Wars Weekend machen, wo ich einfach alle Star Wars Filme auf einmal gucke und dann bin ich auch voll drin. Und schmeiß das Regal um, schmeiß alles weg, was da drin steht und mach einfach nur noch Star Wars Kram da rein.
Punch it.
Not him, the Falcon.
I am a Jedi. Like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi.
Okay, das finde ich süß.
Blood.
Man, Lego Star Wars looks so fun, coming to next gen as well. All right, we'll be right back with more world premieres from huge new games like Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond, and Destiny 2. But before that, here's a look at a game that is launching tonight on Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's called Struggling from Frontier, a fun physics-based platformer where up to 2 players control Troy, our fleshy hero. Check this out, and remember, you can play this tonight.
Schauen wir mal. Okay, finde ich schon lahm. Sieht nach einem extremen Struggle aus, das zu spielen. Ha! Struggling, the Gamescom experience. Oh Mann. Ich meine, Age of Empires ist eigentlich ganz cool, aber ich glaube, der 3. Teil war nie so beliebt wie der 2. Teil. Aber ich bin mir auch nicht so 100% sicher. Ich war nach dem 2. Teil halt auch raus.
Where are we? We're near Little Hope. Did you hear that?
Oh, davon muss ich den 1. Teil noch spielen.
Walks among us in Little Hope.
Ich glaube, das finde ich cool. Ich glaube, da freue ich mich drauf. Das gibt Nut.
Blood.
Also ich habe den ersten Teil auch hinten im Regal stehen, aber ich habe ihn halt nie gespielt. Aber vielleicht sollte ich das mal nachholen, bevor der zweite Teil rauskommt. Ist wahrscheinlich gar keine so dumme Idee eigentlich.
Origins came out, this new reboot of Assassin's Creed, so to speak. That was my first time getting into it, and I have put almost 400 hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
At the moment, I enjoy to play Fall Guys with my friends. It's very funny, easy to learn, but hard to master.
I have a few games that I binge play, games that I return to every year. Halo, the entire Master Chief Collection, is really a big one for me where that's concerned. But I also still just casually binge Animal Crossing, and I've been doing that basically all year.
I haven't put down Animal Crossing since I downloaded it. I find the daily repetitive rhythm so soothing and predictable. Although much like my house, my island is still a complete tip.
Up next,
Imagine playing Animal Crossing and actually liking it.
why? Congratulations to Don't Know.
Oh, das Spiel habe ich auch. Das habe ich bekommen als Download-Code. Da muss ich auch noch reingucken.
And announcements. You'll be happy to know that IGN is going to help you digest all that info with Gamescom Daily Show, where you can get all the daily highlights and a late night show experience from gamers for gamers. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Sid. And by the way, congratulations to Don't Nod for Tell Me Why, a really important game that is out now that you can play on Xbox and Game Pass. And as we know, there's a lot going on in the world, and that goes beyond the pandemic. Between social conflicts we're seeing in the news and acts of nature, we can see how vulnerable we as people can sometimes be. And now I think it's as important time as ever to remember to come together and support one another. We are a global gaming community. There are millions of people watching.
Okay, so eine Tell Me Why-Episode ist tatsächlich auch angeblich nur so 1 bis 2 Stunden lang. Das heißt, wir können uns die danach im Stream einfach mal angucken, wenn ihr möchtet.
I think we've all felt that in 2020. So I think that's really important to remember amongst all the games and trailers. All right, well, one way.
One gay?
We can come together to do something. Forest. Gamescom has launched a reforestation project.
Nice!
A Gamescom forest together with the community. Gamers worldwide.
Guter Versprecher.
Global. Donate to plant more trees.
Das war bisher das Beste, was passiert.
All right, well, now we're going to move on to another game, and this one was announced back in May. Chorus is a dark space combat shooter where players take control of Nara on a quest to destroy the dark cult that created her.
Oh, ich kenne wen, der an Chorus mitarbeitet.
FPS environments on next-gen hardware.
Das heißt, ich darf das nicht schlecht reden. Ich muss das jetzt feiern. Und ihr müsst das auch alle gut finden. Ich will nur Hype im Chat hierfür sehen.
You have broken my heart. For your betrayal, you will be broken.
Das sieht aber halt echt voll cool aus. Das war schon ein bisschen nice, Mann. Da kann man einen Nut für geben. Das ist halt einfach das, was Star Fox sein sollte.
How many crowns have you won? If one game has defined the summer of 2020, it absolutely is Fall Guys from Mediatonic in London and Devolver. This game is setting records and putting a much-needed smile on everyone's face. Fall Guys, I think, represents our industry at its absolute best. Well, soon the Fall Guys experience will evolve with Season 2. There's a lot of new stuff coming, and tonight, Mediatonic is about to give you an exclusive sneak peek at what's next. Get ready. I think the internet is about to freak out. Here it is, Fall Guys Season 2.
Kam Fall Guys nicht erst vor 2 Wochen oder so raus? Wie kann jetzt schon die Season 2 kommen?
I'm the lead game designer on Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and I just want to reach out and say thank you to everyone who's been playing and enjoying the game so far.
As a team, we've been looking at all the fan arts, the memes, and the montages that people have been posting online, and the response to the game has really blown us away. Today, we just wanted to give everyone their first sneak peek at the rounds and the costumes that they can be enjoying as part of Fall Guys.
Ich hab gerade dem einen Dude geschrieben, dass das Spiel halt überraschend cool aussieht. Ich weiß halt nur, dass er daran arbeitet und ich habe halt nur den ersten Trailer gesehen und er lässt mich ja nicht das Spiel spielen. Da muss ich ihm gerade sagen, ich bin überrascht, wie krass gut es aussieht.
In Season 2, you'll be dressing your Fall Guy as a medieval hero and competing across brand new rounds inspired by epic quests from the Middle Ages. Traverse giant drawbridges, dodge swinging axes, and scale movable siege ramps in the quest for ultimate game show glory.
Sieht schon cool aus. Halt. Haben sie gut gemacht, soweit, finde ich. Also hated Fall Guys, weil es populär ist, aber das ist halt schon, das haben sie ein bisschen cool gemacht. Ein Gay für Fall Guys.
We hope you enjoyed the sneak peek of Fall Guys Season 2. We're still adding the finishing touches to development, but if you want to stay up to date, then @FallGuysGame on Twitter is where you want to be. See you on the start line.
Ich chille hier mal mein Fall Guys Video mit Malte und Isa, das halt echt okay geworden ist. Das kann man sich durchaus angucken.
Fist.
Danke.
I am not.
Ja, es ist nicht Bugsnacks, aber ich kann auch mehr als Spieler als nur Bugsnacks gut finden. Daher, das ist okay. Ich rechne übrigens auch nicht damit, dass Bugsnacks hier kommt. Ich meine, wenn es kommt, lose ich meinen Shit einfach richtig hart. Aber ich glaube nicht, dass Bugsnacks auf der Gamescom-Show gezeigt wird.
Vic's a depraved child, and Val's a brain without a spine. The years my father wasted grooming them.
Ey, ja, die Fall Guys-Entwickler sind einfach so reich. Die sind einfach so fucking reich. Das Spiel hat sich einfach 7 Millionen Mal auf Steam verkauft, Alter. Halt Shit, Bruder. Fucking what? Die haben 7 Millionen Mal $20 eingenommen. Minus 30% Cut von Steam. Halt. Cool. Ich würde auch gern so viel Geld haben. Aber das Spiel ist halt auch echt witzig. Also von daher, denen sei es gegönnt. Bugsnacks ist einfach das One Last Game.
Com certeza, jogos multiplayer preenchem completamente a conexão social que eu preciso ter com outras pessoas nesses tempos de isolamento. E é o mais próximo que a gente pode ter de experiências reais com pessoas que estão longe da gente.
You get to travel all over the world in games, which is something I've always taken for granted. At the moment I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima and, you know, I kind of prefer it to the real Japan just because I've heard that in real life they don't let you run around with katanas.
I appreciate games a lot more than films, music or whatever. And it's just fine for me to have the time to play with friends or even with my family.
Spiele, die Mu mag. Bugsnacks, Bugsnacks 2, Bugsnacks 1 Gay und Bugsnacks Deluxe. Ich habe einfach die Bugsnacks Single gekauft und ich warte immer noch, dass sie erreicht, dass sie bei mir ankommt.
You know, play is a natural instinct, and from Animal Crossing to The Last of Us Part 2 or Ori, yes.
Oh Leute, ich playe auch. Videospiele sind so toll. Lasst mich euch eines der besten Videospiele zeigen. Und zwar Raid Shadow Legends.
Head of Respawn Entertainment. When we set out to create Medal of Honor above and beyond, we knew we wanted to bring the series back to its roots. The Medal of Honor franchise is known for its powerful and exciting single-player stories that put the player in the boot.
Verdammt, die Werbepolizei ist auf dem Weg hierher. Sollte fliehen.
History, which tells emotionally authentic stories. Peter Hirschman, who directed the original Medal of Honor in 1999, is back at the helm of this project. You'll hear more from him in just a bit. Peter and I actually worked together on Medal of Honor Allied Assault in 2000.
Also ich schaue gern bei Family mit rein. Ich würde auch gern wissen, was das ist. Daher können wir durchaus machen. Habe ich kein Problem mit.
Creating a riveting and emotional journey through World War II like you've never seen or played. It weaves in the personal stories of the veterans and survivors of the war through powerful interviews that help set the stage for what players will experience. It's more than just a game. And we could not be more excited to show the world the next look at Medal of Honor Above and Beyond and the game's action-packed story. Let's take a look.
Ich meine, wir warten hier alle, dass endlich der Destiny 2 Content gezeigt wird.
I know this is the first time some of you will see combat. I know you.
Bugsnax Shadow Legends. Los geht's. Ey, stell dir vor, Bugsnax und Raid Shadow Legends Crossover. Hype ohne Ende. Was ist los?
Welcome to France, gentlemen. I lead the local resistance cell. Something big is happening inside Gestapo headquarters.
Ich würde jetzt sagen, ich bin Gamer und habe einfach Honkai Impact 3 auch auf meinem Handy, aber das habe ich gar nicht auf meinem Handy. Das habe ich nur auf dem PC. Weil leider bin ich doch nicht so krass Gamer, wie ich dachte.
Members of the resistance are perhaps the bravest people fighting in this war. But you really should stop.
He is German because he says this like this. This is really obvious because every German talks like this when he is speaking English. You know?
Be a wild ride, but we'll get you there.
Jet fighters, brace yourselves.
Ey, wenn ich im nächsten Video mein Raid-Ad habe und sage, Raid Shadow Legends ist mehr als nur ein Spiel, das müsst ihr fühlen, wenn ich das sage. Das muss euch ans Herz gehen, wenn ich diese Line ablasse.
I'm willing to sacrifice myself for.
Somehow, this motley crew has been tasked with saving civilization. God help us all.
Oh, das ist ein Oculus Rift Spiel. Oculus Spiel, VR. Okay, das macht wieder mehr Sinn.
Thank you so much, Vince. That looks incredible. And now we're here with Respawn Entertainment's Peter Hirschman, game director on Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, to talk more about their new VR experience. Peter, I gotta say, the trailer really grabbed me. Such an incredible story that you're telling to. Tell us a bit about this single-player experience. What can we expect?
Well, Jeff, thank you for having us on the show. I'm representing a whole team at Respawn that's been working really hard on this, and it's so exciting to premiere the trailer.
Also die Chorus-Leute betrinken sich gerade alle. Wurde mir gesagt. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob das was Positives oder was Negatives ist.
Fighting in World War II. And with VR, we're able to do that in almost a literal way. It's definitely the most immersive combat experience I've ever been able to work on. And the story follows you as a player being recruited into the Office of Strategic Services, commonly known as the OSS. And their mission was sabotage, espionage, search and rescue, everything in between. You name it, they did it. And they're known by a different set of initials now, the CIA. But during World War II, they sent operatives all over Europe, deep behind enemy lines. And that allows us to tell a story where you get to go to these places and locations and participate in events that really helped shape the outcome of the war.
One of the things I love about the trailer is
Ja, Nintendo und Square sind auf jeden Fall zwei Firmen, die nicht bei dieser Präse mit dabei sind. Daher
von denen wird leider nichts kommen. How you're using that to tell the story. It seems like it's all kind of through a first-person perspective, but there are some story sequences. How do you tell the story?
Oh, well, we shot over 120 pages of narrative, which is more than some feature films. We had a huge international cast of phenomenal actors, and it was fantastic. And the story follows a a classic three-act structure. Act 1 is working with the French resistance, getting ready for the invasion. Act 2 is D-Day itself and the fight to get to Berlin. And then the third act is dealing with the Nazi secret weapon program, which involved things like the 262 jet and the V2 rocket and things that could have really turned the tide of the war if we hadn't stopped them. So you get to go on this journey, this story. And the story is shot all from your perspective because it's VR.
Die Maria ist einfach seit 30 Minuten ein 15-Euro-Patron. Daher vielen Dank dafür.
Everything revolves around your perspective. So you experience this story completely in first person as if you are there. So it creates a much more intimate and emotional connection with the characters and the things going on around you. It was an incredible way to shoot. One of our animators stood in for the player throughout the 3 weeks that we were on stage. And all the actors are always reacting and talking.
Stimmt, es gab dieses Outriders oder was das ist, ne? Was irgendwie auch was sie halt hypen ohne Ende auf ihrem Instagram-Account, aber was irgendwie super untergeht.
Well, you and Vince, I know this series is really close to your hearts, and when I saw the
ich habe einen Valve Index.
There to experience, it looks really rich.
Ich nutze das leider super selten, weil ich bin zu faul, das anzuschließen. Aber ich habe eins.
That was involved in the war. I wanted to ask you also about multiplayer, which is something that Respawn is really known for, and you've got a great single player experience. But I hear you might also be doing MP too.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, the thing about VR is that, I've spent we've known each other a long time. You so much of your career trying to map natural human movements to a controller and just figuring out things like making duck feel good. And one of the hardest ones is leaning. And in VR, you know how you duck? You just duck. And how you lean in VR, you just lean. And so the ability to lean around a corner, just kind of peek around the corner and see where the bad guy is just it heightens the tension so much. It makes it feel all the more real. And when you put that into a multiplayer experience, it just raises it to a whole nother level. So we are shipping, in addition to the campaign, we are shipping a full suite of VR modes, including a few that you can only do in VR. And we're really excited about people playing those, after it comes out.
Wow, well, definitely a full-blown VR experience. I gotta say, I'm really excited to put the headset on and try this, and it's coming out later this year, right?
Coming out holiday, so yeah.
Die haben halt einfach so krass lange Segmente für Spiele, die einfach so lange Segmente irgendwie nicht verdient haben, finde ich.
For Vince and I and everyone at Respawn.
Halt von mir aus hätten sie so einen krassen Talk über Crash Bandicoot führen können. Und zwischendurch halt einfach Gameplay zeigen und nicht halt
set going back first one and Allied Assault and now
halt,
able to bring a to a whole new generation is one of the most exciting things we've been involved with.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter. Opening Night Live will be right back. And in the meantime, here's a look at a new game that is launching tonight.
The world was broken, fractured by the magic the vow.
Zelda kommt nächstes Jahr. Dieses Jahr kommt nichts mehr. Das Einzige, was von Nintendo dieses Jahr noch kommt, ist diese Mario 3D Collection und Pikmin 3 und das war's. Dafür wird nächstes Jahr krass. Aber darüber rede ich in meinem nächsten Video, was vielleicht morgen kommt. Muss ich mal gucken.
But I am a battle mage. I have broken my vow, and now I fight to break free.
Das Lied gibt mir mega Anime, aber das, was ich gerade sehe, gibt mir mega Ami-Cartoon irgendwie. Also offiziell wurde die Mario Collection noch nicht bestätigt, aber inoffiziell habe ich halt jetzt schon von 3 verschiedenen Quellen gehört, dass die kommen wird. Also ich warte halt nur noch auf die Ankündigung, ehrlich gesagt. Verdammt, das ist auch wieder scheiß Musik. Nein, ist auch zu spät. Das kann man es auch durchlaufen lassen. Über 100 Spiele über Handys, aber auch nur, wenn du Android hast. Ansonsten auf Apple geht's nicht. Also auf iPhones. Boris Dish, danke für 1,99 €.
So many great games in Xbox Game Pass, and many of tonight's games are in it as well. Every year at Gamescom, we like to highlight some incredible games made in Germany. And tonight, we have a special announcement about one of the most legendary German games of all time, created by Factor 5. Enjoy.
Ja, der Copyright-Bot möchte jetzt meine Location wissen. Nee, Ratchet & Clank kommt ganz am Ende. Das ist deren Game, wo sie alle bei Laune halten wollen.
Their games pushed game technology as far as possible. I'd say they're one of the greatest indie developers of all time.
サウンドはすごいわ、グラフィックは綺麗だわ、ゲームプレイも滑らかで満足いくものだわで、本当にすごかった。今回タリカンのコレクションが出るってことをとても嬉しく思っているし、これはまた当時みたいにみんなに見せて歩きたいなと思っています。
This was the first game that allowed me to completely fulfill my musical vision. It defined my career and the fans have been there ever since. To this day, it's one of my proudest works.
Hype die Scheiße aus dem Ding raus und zeigt dann einfach nichts dazu. Das hasse ich so sehr, Alter.
For the first time ever, Guardians will add a new
Halt
elemental power.
grisseliger Bildschirm, wo Leute drüber reden, alles so, großartig. Und dann ist es einfach vorbei und du siehst halt nichts dazu.
And dominate the battle. Here's an all-new look at Stasis from Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
The floodgates are open. The darkness is here. As you step away from the light, we need only look inward. Focus your power. Let it grow. Our fight is far from over.
Ich sag's halt jedes Mal wieder, wenn Destiny kommt, ich wäre so gerne richtig hart im Destiny-Universum drin und so richtig süchtig nach Destiny, weil ich das Gameplay eigentlich richtig gut fand von Destiny 1 und 2. Aber ich kann mit diesem Gameplay-Loop nichts anfangen, der in diesem Spiel drin ist. Und die Story ist so scheiße und die Präsentation ist so kacke und alles ist so bla einfach. Aber ich wünsche mir so doll, dass ich's gut finden würde, weil ich's halt insgeheim ein bisschen cool finde, aber halt komm, jetzt 15 Minuten Ratchet & Clank 2. Hau raus.
Best Sony PlayStation game. So, without further ado, the winner is Cyberpunk 2077. Congratulations.
Hey, die sind so random einfach.
There are even more awards than the ones I announced tonight.
Also, es wäre halt irgendwie gut zu wissen, was denn so die Nominierungen irgendwie wären. Oder zumindest so 4 Nominierungen oder 3, damit man wenigstens weiß, was da abgeht. Die sind halt einfach so: bestes Spiel auf meiner Tapete ist Bugsnacks. Das ist halt so, hä? Das ist halt so random einfach. Vor allem, bestes Switch-Game, bestes irgendwas anderes Game, das bestes PlayStation-Game, das war's einfach. Wo ist bestes Xbox-Spiel? Was ist da los, Alter?
Have you on the show again this year.
Das ist halt,
all right, well, a lot of people have been wondering,
das ist so komisch, Mann.
Generation of gaming feel like? How will it be different? What is that generational difference? Well, back in June, we saw the announcement of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart from Insomniac Games, a title which uses the power of PlayStation 5, the SSD hard drive, and the DualSense controller to create an experience that Insomniac says is only possible on brand new hardware. Well, now it's time for you to decide if you see the difference. Here's an extended, uninterrupted demo of live PlayStation 5 gameplay of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Enjoy.
Okay, los geht's. Dafür sind wir ja alle hier. Hau raus, Brudi.
We're back. And not far from where we last saw him. We may still have time to put a stop to this.
Das wird jetzt einfach so Godfall-Gameplay, wo sie gleich einfach mitten den Cut machen und dann ist es vorbei. By the way, ihr müsst hier euch unbedingt, wenn es irgendwo erhältlich ist, das 4K-Gameplay von dem Spiel angucken. Das sieht einfach insane gut aus, Mann. Okay, jetzt bin ich ruhig.
Feels good to be back in action. Last one! The train's pulling away. Let's go!
Now I definitely gonna miss my train!
Ratchet and Clank, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Put down the Dimensionator, Nefarious.
Put down the Dimensionator. Yeah, right. Today I will finally be free of the both of you. Soon, everything you see will be mine. Say goodbye. What did you do?
Was that supposed to happen?
Hitting Nefarious's device seems to have destabilized reality.
The bridge is shot. There has to be another way across.
The rifts appeared to react to your device. Try pointing it at one of them. That was rather exciting.
Games before trade! Wait! Robo! What? That's all of them. Whoa! Watch your head!
This is worse than I had imagined.
Everyone look! It's Ratchet and Clank!
Sand sharks from above.
My heroes!
I knew you'd come.
Might as well. Was that a kraken?
Or at least a very large octopus. I will never get used to that.
Hey, at least we're on the same planet this time. Nefarious is on the other side of that building. Let's get moving before he does anything else to break reality.
Did Dr. Nefarious really resurface after all these years just to try and take over the universe again?
Yeah, I kind of wish he was doing a worse job.
He must have more planned than he is telling us.
That's what I'm afraid of. Can't wait to see what's new. Get him, Robo-Mutt! More butts? That's all of them. We have to get the Dimensionator away from Nefarious. Oh, no, not right now. Whoa!
The dimensions are weakening considerably. It is certainly not good. Right. Where are we? Beats me.
To the depths with the arms you got, beast! We've been boarded! Get off me, you foul creature!
Clank!
Ratchet. We are too late. Ratchet?
Who?
Oh! Nein, das würde die PS4 nicht hinbekommen. Das würde die nicht hinkriegen. Halt, schau dir den Kram in 4K an. Das kriegt die PS4 niemals hin. Das sieht halt übelst scheiße aus, wenn es halt ein Stream ist. Und dann auch noch in 1080p. Halt, das Spiel sieht absolut krass aus. Und diese ganzen Wechsel zwischen diesen Dimensionen. Never, Alter. Das würde die PS4 nicht hinkriegen, ohne krasse Ladezeiten dazwischen.
Let me ask you first, Marcus, what are you able to do with Rift Apart that you haven't been able to do before in a Ratchet game because of the power of PS5?
I mean, first and foremost, it's just pure horsepower. Enables us to fill our worlds with the kind of density and life that we've never been able to do before. More importantly, perhaps, though, is the dimensional shifting that we have going on, which uses the SSD that allows us to fling the player from planet to planet to planet, lightning fast, like in way faster than anything we've ever been able to do before.
Yeah, the Rift tether, we saw that in the demo. We had seen some of that in the trailer. So that's all actual gameplay. Mike, I'm curious, like how does that work as you kind of play through the game? Are there certain moments and levels where you can jump, or how do you play through that?
Yeah, so in the game, there is dimensional damage spread throughout the galaxy that Ratchet and Clank have to find.
Also es ist das gleiche Gameplay, aber es war halt ohne Cuts dazwischen. Es war halt einfach ein ganzer langer Gameplay-Clip. Und den hat man anscheinend so noch nicht gesehen.
To basically like warp across the world to find new places to discover or gain a tactical advantage in combat.
Wow, yeah, I got to say, like when you see that and you imagine the jumping from multiple worlds at instantaneously almost, and it sounds like there's no load screens throughout the entire game.
That's right. We're going seamless.
That's right. Yep.
Wow, all right. You bite. So confident, both of you say it. I like it. Now, let me ask you about DualSense. That's something that is a big part of PS5. I've had a chance to go hands-on with the controller, with the adaptive triggers and the haptics. How are you using that to sort of impact the gameplay of Rift Apart?
So at the heart of every Ratchet and Clank game is a powerful arsenal of weapons that just exude a ton of personality. And the DualSense is sort of like, it feels like it was made for Ratchet and Clank just because the haptics give us a whole new layer for the weapons to express themselves. So for example, your burst pistol, of course it gives you like a satisfying click or kick with every bullet. But when you throw the shatter bomb, you can actually feel the energy pulsing off the grenade fade away as it gets further apart from you. Basically, the haptics are expressive enough that every weapon feels different and you can tell what you're holding. But of course, the adaptive trigger like takes that to a functional level where, in addition to the trigger pull feeling unique, we can actually use that as a super intuitive way to add alternate functions to the weapons. So, for example, in the demo, we've got the Enforcer, which is a double-barreled shotgun. You can pull the trigger part of the way down until you hit resistance to fire a single barrel. And then whenever you feel like it's the right time, pull it the rest of the way for a double shot. So you might be swarmed by a bunch of little enemies. You only want to waste one shot on them, and then wait a minute for even more to swarm in before finishing them off. But a big guy, you probably want to just give both barrels to right away. So there's a nice intuitive way of basically raising the skill ceiling and giving you more ways to play better.
Wow. No, I'm excited to see how you guys are going to roll that out across what I'm sure are an insane, group of weapons as always. Plot-wise, Marcus, tell us a bit about this game. I think some fans have wondered, does this tie into the movie plot line, the game plot line? Like, how it would tell us in the Ratchet verse where this sits.
Yeah. Well, canonically, this is an extension of Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, the 2013 game. But it's a standalone adventure. So it's one that, even if you've never played a Ratchet & Clank game, you can get into it and you'll understand it and you'll enjoy it. For hardcore fans, we have a lot of nods. You're gonna see a lot of returning characters and planets and see them all through a whole new light of multiple dimensionality.
Yeah, no, this Rift Tether thing I think looks really exciting. And how often, is that something we saw in the demo? Is that something you're going to see frequently in the game? Are there special moments? I guess I'm curious how often you use that technique for gameplay.
So the Rift Tether has created these anomalies all throughout the galaxy. You'll encounter those pretty often. There's even a few more types of dimensional damage you'll encounter that we haven't shown yet.
Okay.
Now, being pulled between worlds, that's localized to chasing after Dr. Nefarious in the demo. And that's sort of reserved for special moments when you really have to, when the dimensional damage really tears wide open.
Well, I got to say, it looks incredible. And then at the end, we got another tease of this female Lombax. I know you guys have confirmed she is playable in parts of the game. I think everyone wants to know, though, do we have a name for her?
The world is more interesting with mysteries, and we're going to have to keep this one a little longer.
Do we get a number of letters in her name or anything?
Too many smart people on the internet. They'll figure it out right away.
She's not named Abby, though, right? Wait and see what you guys have in store for us. I gotta say, it looks incredible. The Ratchet games are always so much fun, and as you said, when you think of the power of SSD and the DualSense all coming together, it looks really exciting.
Ja, ich finde halt so
I think everyone around
Interviews halt eigentlich relativ unspannend.
To play this game. Anything you can share with us on where you're at in development right now? Mike?
So Ratchet & Clank is coming out in the PS5 launch window. So we haven't announced a specific release date yet, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, es ist kein Launch-Titel, aber es erscheint in den ersten 3 Monaten nach dem Launch von der PS5.
Coming in the launch window for PlayStation 5. I gotta say, Insomniac, we're so excited about what you guys are doing across PlayStation, and the game looks incredible. So thank you so much for all you've done, and we look forward to seeing more of Rift Apart soon.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
All right, Marcus and Mike from Insomniac, thanks for showing us that first look at Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 5. And that's going to do it for Opening Night Live. Thank you so much for watching from around the world, and make sure to stay tuned.
Na, wenn sich das mal nicht gelohnt hat, dann würde ich mal sagen, Leute, haut die Daumen hoch raus für diese unglaublich krasse Show. 2 Stunden lang ein Highlight nach dem anderen. Holy shit.
We'll see you then. Good night.
Damn, Brudi. Wenn sich das mal nicht gelohnt hat, dann gehe ich doch direkt mal auf Twitch und spiele da ein bisschen Tell Me Why. Und danke euch, dass ihr die 2 Stunden mit mir überlebt habt. Und wärt ihr nicht gewesen, hätte ich schon viel früher ausgemacht und wäre schlafen gegangen oder so. Daher danke dafür, und wir sehen uns entweder gleich auf Twitch wieder oder irgendwann später auf dem Kanal. Daher auf Wiedersehen und bis bald. Oder keine Ahnung. Oh, warte, eine Nut für Ratchet & Clank.